Let's open the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Dunbar.
Present.
Harper.
Here.
Mazer.
Here.
Sofa. Weaver.
Here.
Wayrum.
Here.
Zimmer.
Present.
Does anyone have want to request anything removed from the consent agenda? If there are no recommendations, as is. Adoption of the agenda.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Support. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the minutes from the special meeting October 22nd and October 7th.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as presented for the special meeting October 22nd.
I'll support.
And the regular.
I'm doing them separate.
And the
Well,
regular.
can he motion to accept them if he wasn't?
No, I'm not asking that, but I just don't see on here, the regular meeting minutes.
From the 7th there?
I'm not seeing it on here.
It's the same thing I repeat.
So we have a motion to approve the minutes from the special meeting October 22nd and regular meeting October 7th. Can I get a second?
Redonna did.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. From the mayor, just one quick thing as we start. We had the city pumpkin business contest, and the winner of the pumpkin this year was Sunrise Marathon. Congratulations, thank you for participating.
You gotta get a speech.
It was fun. We'll do it again next year.
All right, reports from the city council members.
I passed out a memo regarding the sidewalks. We had talked about walking it. I would advise that it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of different opinions about that, and that perhaps the DPW committee should walk it as a whole and come to a general consensus. So, yeah, I agree with this slab should be repaired. This slab shouldn't. I have a total of 80 slabs that I identified. It's kind of hard, they're varying sizes, so one's 5x5 and then one's 3x2, so, 3 slabs might look different on one street than it does on a different one, but that was my my 2 cents on that.
I'm up for a walk if you want to do it.
Is it 1,200 per slab or is it 1,200 total?
1,200 total. Bart gave me an estimate of
$1,200 total to fix 80 slabs.
Bart gave me an estimate of $11 per slab to replace and pour, and then I
11. There's no
There's
way.
no way. There's no way.
$11.
I thought it was low as well, so I moved it up to 15.
Yeah.
No, we need that, we need that.
Yeah. I would say it. Yeah.
Let's figure out how many I forget.
Well, how does
That'd
this,
be good.
Madam Mayor? How does this?
Yeah.
How does this fall in line with how you and Bart were working on it before? Are they the same ones?
So some of them are the same ones. The criteria that we had was, that we developed was level 1 is missing sidewalk or uneven section over 2 inch with no patch. Level 2 is uneven sidewalk section between 1 and 2 inches. Level 3 was uneven sidewalk section under an inch or goes over with a patch that was walkable, that poses little trip hazards Level 4 is cracks or pitted sidewalk sections that are relatively flat and pose little trip hazard but do need attention. And then level 5 was all good. So as I'm walking around, I have quite a few. We have some that are sinking from the gas lines, that when they went through and redid all the gas lines, they took out sections and put them in. They're all sinking. That's,
New ones, you mean?
yes, new, relatively fairly new sidewalk sections along Main Street. Mostly, those are the ones I saw that were sinking. So that's a question that I had is, you know, is there a way to just, instead of replacing the whole thing, bringing it up so that it's not a trip hazard? Because there's nothing wrong with the sidewalk, it's just a little bit different from those around it. Some of the things that I found, you know, there's a lot with cracks, there's a lot that I can't really tell if there is a trip hazard or a difference because there's a lot of grass in between them. I think the first thing that would need to be done would be this whole frickin' town needs to be edged. We need to get a good clear picture of what we're dealing with the sidewalks. Another issue that I saw a lot of, that there's missing sidewalk between sidewalks and roads. Like when you're walking along Bell River, you know, when you come up to Benton, there's no sidewalk between, the sidewalk ends and then there's dirt and then there's the road. And that's on both sides, and we have a lot of intersections like that. My personal opinion, I think that should be something we need to address, because if somebody's walking along, pushing a stroller or something, you know, they need to be able to cross the roads. And I think that would go a long way to make our sidewalks look a lot better.
Are these in front of houses, Mr. Mayor? I mean, are there properties associated with these places that don't have sidewalks?
Some of them are in front of houses, but some of them, like, you know, are just at the intersection. So, you know, is that, so, and that's another thing too. It's like, you know, are we saying that, you know, Boardman Road has a lot of sidewalk that's very uneven, but when we're gonna be doing Boardman Road, you know, are we gonna spend money to redo the sidewalks now, or are we gonna wait and do it then, or, you know, I mean, there's a lot of factors that, you know, I don't think we can just say, well, we have 100 slabs we need to redo. We can't, you know, so I think we need to identify the things that need to be done first and the things that we can do, and set a timeline for that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not
So
on the
I-
agenda, this is just a comment.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know, I just,
okay.
any other comments from council members? All right, reports from the commission, from the committees, DPW.
I have a report from Bart, because he was under the weather today. Bart, because him and I have been working together on the city hall a lot, so we talk multiple times a day. He told me his only thing for tonight was that he had to purchase a dissolved oxygen meter. Previous one that they had was approximately 20 to 25 years old, and it's now obsolete. It was an emergency situation. And a compliance item, it was approximately $1,200. That's from Bart.
And what is that for?
Something to do with the lagoons. Compliance necessary. That's what my notes say. You can't hear he bought it. We'll see the invoice when it comes. Sorry. That's what I asked him. I was like, are you asking us if we can buy it, or did you already do it? And he said it was an emergency, so.
Okay, do we need a vote on that?
Do you want to vote now or wait till we get an invoice?
Wait till we
I
get
would
the
wait
invoice.
till the invoice.
Okay. Fire,
Nothing tonight.
nice, police,
One second, did you want to talk about the meeting?
We have had several meetings about the 100-year anniversary party that we'll be having on November 22nd. It's going to be from 1 to 3. There's going to be some food, activities for the kids, a short dedication of the new fire truck rides. Everyone is welcome, everyone's encouraged to attend, should be a fun.
And it's gonna be accommodations for the,
Yes, there will be some accommodations for,
I can't think of the response.
the response team that took care of the
Okay.
building that was on fire this past summer.
Did we get the flyer complete?
The flyer is not done currently, the information has been passed along to Amber, who's going to tackle it. She said it'll be done by the week's end.
And put on the website
We can put it on the website.
and Facebook? I'll put it on Facebook. I just put it on the sign today, so
Sweet.
it is on the sign. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
What advisory updates?
Advisory?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Lots and lots of progress at New City Hall. If you haven't been there, you should go. Carpet is scheduled the week of November 13th and 14th. Paint starts the 18th approximately. We passed rough electrical, we passed rough plumbing. They're starting to do the finish work for the bathrooms now that rough has passed. I talked with Bart about the kitchen and when we want to start that. I know we had talked about potentially moving in December. I just don't think that's going to be possible with the timelines, like given the inspections and stuff like that. It took a little while to pull the permits on electrical, but that's, you know, just part of it. So I'm thinking January. I think our first meeting will be in there in January, start up 26 in there. But lots of work already done. There are going to be some additional expenses. I talked to the flooring people. The carpet was awful to pull up. So there will be additional expenses with that. They had to put down an extra like layer of underlayment under it. And then there was something else. I can't remember written down something.
Mold,
There are-
mold in the kitchen.
Yeah, there was some mold on the floor in the kitchen that had to be remedied, so there will be some extra expenses with that. But overall, we're still like, I talk to Donna all the time, so we're still under budget, so. Mel will be calling you soon, hopefully.
Okay,
I hope. Probably December. I don't know if you'll be here, but
I'll be here till the 18th.
of December,
Yeah.
I'm hoping we'll be done by then. So,
Well, looking forward to having it done, it'd be nice and soon.
yeah, the electrical inspector was in there today, and they're making us put 2 more exit signs in there. One above the door in the garage, and one above the door in the kitchen, which is strange, but that's what they want. So that'll be an
It does make
expense.
sense, there's that ramp going on like into the garage.
That's what he said.
For handicap exiting, and, you know, it's not really a garage where you park cars, but
Yeah.
it's another room that needs an exit sign to the door.
And
Yeah, you gotta
the
drive
front
to
door
every
wasn't enough with the
spot.
ramp. The exit side by the front door wasn't enough with the ramp,
Yeah.
is the other reason, so. So yeah, lots and lots of progress, still lots of work to do, but it's coming along.
Okay. Good news, thank you. Finance, anything from Larry?
We had to cancel our webinar due to people's work schedules, so we're working on rescheduling that. Didn't work out.
Okay. Nuisance?
We haven't had anything.
Awesome. Reports from administration. Mel, do you have anything that's not on the agenda further?
Well, what I wanted to mention is I mentioned last month that I would try to have a checklist that people could either get online or they could pick it up at the hall. And I wanted you folks to review it, and it's a 2-part thing, basically. What we do is sending out the information that needs to be for registration. I hope you all got a chance to look at it, and if you think there's something that needs to be changed or added. But other than that, I think it needs to be voted on and approved. From there, if it works, if it gets approved, we plan on moving on, sending out registrations in around the 1st of March. They'll have 60 days to register, and around the 1st of May, we'll start taking requests for inspections. And it'll give them 2 months to go over the list, see what they need to do, where they need to make corrections. And You know, it'll be a little bit of a learning phase at first, but I'm dealing with it in K-PAC, and so my end of it was okay.
No,
Yeah,
is that the same list that you have in K-PAC?
yeah, this is the same one that was in K-PAC. I had to make a couple changes and a couple things. This has been in effect in K-PAC for 20 years. Okay? I've got rental houses up there and I've been doing it for 20, getting, you know, having to do this myself to my rentals. And there's a lot of things on that checklist, but it's no different than like the Michigan Building Code. Michigan Building Code's this thick. You don't enforce every single thing in it, you know. It gives you guidelines, and you also pick and choose the things that you feel are the safety issues.
Health and safety,
Yeah, and safety.
like HUD, like a HUD
Yeah.
thing or something.
Okay, we'll go over that when we get to it. Parks and Rec?
Yep. So, this Thursday, I'm going to Detroit to pick up some equipment for our parks. I applied for a grant, and what it allows me to do is to go a couple times a year. I have these big mesh bags, and I can fill them with equipment like jump ropes, balls, etc., and then place them at the parks. It's an honor system. They can use things. Probably won't put everything out. But I can come back in the spring, so if we get anything, you know, we have something in mind, we can pick up the equipment. It's kind of exciting. I have a lunch scheduled, senior lunch on the 14th. There's a trip to Detroit Central train station. I'm sorry, it's on the 22nd, but that's what I was given, availability. It's really hard to get in there, really, really hard. So I have a charter bus available, so you can sign up. And we'll be back at 2, so you can still come for an hour or 2. So, but that's about what's happening.
Okay, and the senior lunch is Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes, it's a Thanksgiving dinner. And then our December lunch is on a Sunday, this time. We're partnering with the Lions and doing bingo and a big Christmas dinner. So,
Awesome.
that's the 14th, 15th, December. I can't remember, it's a Sunday anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Yep,
14.
14th, thanks.
Okay, is that it for the administration? Did I miss anybody? Did you have something?
Yeah, December 11th, I have a clerk's meeting I'm gonna go to,
Okay.
and Andrew most likely will go. Carrie will be here,
Carrie will be in the office,
Mhm.
okay.
What day is it?
December 11th.
All right, public comment, Patrick Henley.
Good evening, I'm Patrick Henley, 79880 Main Street, Council, Madam Mayor. I brought some information. I happen to be in charge of a sailboat. It's historic 12-meter, first one built in the United States, and it's got a pedigree. I've run out of steam, so I am trying to sell it. And unlike a little boat, which was on my property also, the code enforcer, Tom Urban, he's been very fair, doing a good job. I moved that boat immediately, but this one's a little heavier, a little longer. And I've been working diligently trying to get it sold because I can't destroy a piece of history. It's, you know, like the thing, you know, it's like a Frank Lloyd Wright house. There's nothing else like it. And I do have 2 people that have getting consortiums, and we're trying to work out the details for getting this thing shipped to the East Coast. Tom's been patient, and I understand, and I appreciate him, but I said, Tom, this is not something I can just make it disappear, and I hate to be the one that has to cut it up. I'm asking for some grace on the ordinance, so I can get this thing gone. I told him about 6 months, if we could do that.
I certainly would support that, Mr. Henley. I mean, that's a great Memphis story. It's quite a boat. I was a little familiar with it, but just glancing over the material you put there. It is a very unique craft. And I've mentioned, you guys raised it from the bottom of where?
Detroit River,
You and your dad?
35 feet, yeah.
So they dove down and refloated this boat
Seems
also.
like a good idea
See it
at the
out
time.
there. So, I mean, the guy's pretty serious about what he's doing. And if you don't know, Pat Sales.
Where is it at on your property?
If you don't know it, I'm not telling you. My neighbor,
Good point.
I mean,
It's where we put it,
it's so
right?
big that you can see it, and I try to keep it covered. And I will, you know, I don't want it to be an attractive nuisance, which is not. And it's not a safety hazard, but it is not in, staying with the ordinance. And I know Tom has to answer to everybody, and so I'm here to say, hey, I am doing this, and maybe take a little heat off of him, and if you need a grace on it.
I certainly don't have a problem with, granting a 6-month, as long as you keep the area as neat as you can and, it's not a terrible eyesore. I mean, if anybody else on council has anything, we can.
When we hired the code enforcement officer, it wasn't about enforcing people and punishing people, it was about working with people. So, it sounds like.
Tom's been.
And it sounds like that's what's going on here,
Yeah.
so he's working with them, and you're making an effort to get it sold, and that's all we can really ask, It isn't about punishing or forcing people to do things, it's trying to find a
We
solution.
can let Tom know that you have a 6-month grace period.
Thank you.
Do we want to make a motion for that, just to?
No, Tom already agreed, he told me he
Okay.
agreed to the
Thank you.
6 months.
And I know he has to answer you, and I was like, Tom, I'm not dragging my feet, but I'm trying.
Okay, appreciate.
Great story. Great story, Jack.
Jim Fields?
Jim Fields, 80263 Bell River. First, thanks for the first year. Tammy, Ken, Donna, you made it through 1 year. And I know it's been interesting and fun at times. But here we are, so thank you. There's a lot been going on. The construction on Lois and Robert looks like it's going well. They did notice the rework on Bell River. I had Bart at the house today for probably, at least a half hour. So we were going over some of the stuff, and we walked the drainage easement and made that clear to them that we talked about multiple times. So Bart and I had a good conversation with the water people out there, so that was really good. Thank you for looking at procedures and templates and guidelines and rules and stuff. That's, all those little things are important. The latest change in the comment sheet tonight was a very good, timely move. So I commend you for that, very much so. Of note, just to remind everybody that, this isn't really, just a general statement on it. The zoning board of appeals is an autonomous body from the elected representatives in the planning commission for a reason. And therefore, as such, they're expected to act as an autonomous body. And I know there's gonna be some things that are coming up that body's gonna be subjected to. And I, myself, a lot of property owners and members of my team hope that they are defended for making their decisions and putting themselves out there, and they are given the support at the city administration level that they deserve, and things are on the up and up. That's really all I have. So thank you, appreciate it. Moving forward. What I don't see on the website or anything is if there's a place for any needy families going into the holiday season. I know last month I mentioned something about the water issues that people, could have a hardship coming up with the water bills now, the meters getting fixed. Is there anything or a listing community-wise for people and families that are in need going into the holidays? Does anybody have one? Is there one that exists?
There's several organizations that always put stuff out between now and then. Holidays.
Boy Scouts?
Lions.
Lions.
working with the Lions, right? The Boy Scouts and the Lions work together.
With the food baskets.
And
The
for-
churches do.
Yeah.
And for
There's all
people that don't know, there is a food pantry outside of the Memphis Global Methodist Church on West Maple.
Okay.
It's a freestanding, bags are there. If there's a special need, you can write out what it is you'd like, put it in the box. There's food in there. It's open to the entire community at any time of the day.
I'm
Or not.
looking for places to drop off to.
Oh, excellent.
So that's not me, I'm just saying.
Right,
So-
no, but I don't think, right, but I don't think a lot
I
of
didn't know.
people know it. If you
I
don't
didn't.
drive down Church Street, if you're not stalking the mayor, if you don't drive down Church Street and around West Maple, you don't know it's there. So it's one of the little sleeper sections of the community.
Yeah, no, that's great to know, I did not know that.
I was talking to the librarian.
Was that in fictional?
So thanks.
If I might just make a comment, Mr. Mayor, we, at the Lions Club with the Boy Scouts, we've been doing this food basket thing for quite a while. And we do it locally, we have targeted addresses, people show up, deliver them, you know, all that morning. I think Nancy got us some funds for that in addition to what the Lions contribute to it. So it's a good place, once a year, but kind of, you know, I didn't even know we had that.
Well, I'll get with you and Jason on that stuff.
Yeah, if you got a list of names, we usually hand it over to Nancy and she puts everything together.
December 13th, baskets are delivered.
And we can always use it.
That's all I'm gonna add.
Yeah, all it is you get a list, you get an address, you drop it off at the door.
All right, thank you, your comments have been noted. Consent agenda. So we've already done this, we haven't removed anything, we can just approve it.
Focusing at once.
Okay. If we had no objections, so I move that we approve the consent agenda as written.
You
All in
move,
favor?
or you need
We don't need a motion.
need a
motion.
It's just passed because we didn't object to it prior.
All right, unfinished business, Historical Society, Community Center floor.
Do we have to approve the disbursements?
That was done by not objecting to the consent agenda.
We approved the whole thing as a whole.
Okay. So if there are any questions, the time to ask under this new guideline consent agenda.
Was up under C, remove anything from the consent agenda.
So if I wanted to ask about something in the budget, I've got to amend the budget. Amend the agenda. I'm not familiar with this new procedure, so I just want to make sure. 'Cause
Yes.
I do
If
look at
it's
it every
like,
month.
like a bill that we paid or whatever,
Yeah.
you could always call me ahead of time. Or when they say, do you wanna remove anything, say, yeah, I wanna talk about that, so let's remove it.
And then it would just drop from the consent agenda under to new
Yeah.
unfinished business.
You get answers, your questions answered at any time
So you're saying
before the
we should
meeting.
just be doing this amongst ourselves in the city and not?
Well, you
Bring these things up.
get this to look over. If you have a question, you can call Donna and ask, what's this?
I'm
line
just
item?
asking a question here. I'm trying to be an
No, I know.
informed
And I'm just-
representative of the community of Memphis and understand. I imagine this is coming from MML training that you guys recently took.
I
So
wasn't
I'm
there
just-
for it either, so.
Pardon me?
I
Yeah, to
wasn't
save-
there for it either.
To
so
save
it's
time and be
all
more
me.
efficient at meetings.
No dumb questions can be asked, you
That's
know.
right.
And for instance, if you called Donna and asked your question and thought it was worthy of discussing as
Yeah.
for the council as a whole, you could just be like, I would like this removed.
They wrote you a check for $10,000 or something.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I wanted to know.
Did you have a question today?
No, I did not,
Okay.
except that one.
So that means the good fellow papers are all approved too.
Correct.
I got it.
Okay, Historical Society, Community Center floor. Did you have something?
They're here.
No, wait.
If they,
Sorry, we gotta go back. Accept communications, in place file, the Larry's letter.
It was
that was.
That's
under the
Oh, that's
consent
all
agenda.
under the same thing. All right, cool.
Yeah.
It's
It's all
all
under that same thing, all right.
It's gone.
I like that.
We're trying to be more efficient.
I love it.
Trying to. Okay, again, Historical Society.
Well, I told you at the last meeting, we were talking about the floor being damaged. I requested everybody go over and take a look at it, so I was just looking for feedback. And I know we have someone from the library here to discuss it and from the Historical Society to discuss it. So I'll leave it up to who wants
Carol?
to talk first.
Or, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so
Well, should we go with Anita's letter first?
we can go with the, yeah, please
Yeah,
do that.
Anita, if you want to read, if you want to speak.
Well, at our last Historical Society meeting, one of the members brought up the fact that somebody was talking about the nicks in the floor where the steps were. And we knew about the larger one that was going up on the top of the steps. We did not realize there was one going into the like stage area. And so we discussed it and we said, you know, if you want to, we can, you know, we could just clean up the nicks. We can either, you know, put the like wood putty and stain it, or if that wasn't good enough, a couple of the people said that they have like actually replaced the lip on the stairs already, so they could replace that whole entire board. But you know, that was like second choice because we'd have to really match up the stain like well. And then with the little ones, you could just, you know, it's not so noticeable. So that's as far as we got in our conversation, and so I just wanted to have approval, if it was okay, to do that. The nicks on the, you know, with the putty and the stain on those two places. Did anybody go look at it?
I did.
I've seen it.
Any input from the library?
I would differ on the degree of the damage. I saw the letter that was written recently, and while they say nicks, there are gouges at the top of the stairs, and then all the way down the floor to the stage, there is one, it's not really a trench, but it's like a trench, from where the wheel on the piano did not move. And it goes from the top of the stairs all the way to the stage, and then on the stage as well, where they maneuvered the piano around. We had an advisory board meeting earlier tonight before meeting here, and we are so grateful for the finances that the city has put towards that space. We get nothing but compliments from patrons and people that are in that space, that come to our programs, because it is absolutely beautiful compared to what it was 2 years ago. It's a beautiful space. With the money that you were able to give us last year, we got all of the cracks in the plaster fixed. We got the whole place painted, and then we redid the floors, which meant moving everything out so that the floors could be sanded and stained. And the advisory board actually kicked in about $1,700 of their own money to finish the floors. We're just so very thankful for that. And then, from what I'm understanding, to save money, the Historical Society moved the piano back and damaged the floor. We're a little disappointed that acknowledgement of that wasn't given to the advisory board. Emails have been sent that have gone there's been no reply to. in order to fix it, I contacted the person who did the floor for $4,200. You know, he can go back and resand and restain, which means that everything has to go back out. You know, I've got to pack up all of our crayons and all of our stuff, move it back out of that area. Because the Historical Society wanted to save a few dollars and not pay somebody to help them move the piano back. And so, as speaking from the advisory board, that was just negligence on their part, and we're just disappointed that it was never acknowledged.
Okay,
I welcome anybody to come see it, and we can show it all to you.
I do have a rebuttal to that.
Okay.
Okay, so we didn't know anything about the floors except after everything was all done and they said, oh, you have to move everything out of there, we're getting the floors redone. Nobody ever came to our meeting, nobody ever invited us to one of their meetings. I didn't even know who actually, who actually wanted it done. I didn't know who paid for it. Nothing. We knew nothing until they told us we had to move everything out. We had a meeting where there were two choices. We're like, well, we're going to have the stage area a living museum. There's going to be rugs, there's going to be furniture, the piano could stay there, and, not have to have that part redone. And, the answer was no. And then it was like, how about if we moved it down, they could redo that part, like on a Friday or so, and then we could move it back up and they could finish it, say on starting Monday, so there'd be two days where.
Okay.
There's a lot more.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, right now, we have a damaged floor, we wanna figure out how to best fix it.
Can you just please go look at it? It's not nowhere near.
I actually have
All right.
photos
Okay.
on my on my
Okay.
thing.
Verdana, you went and looked at the floor.
Yes. As far as I'm concerned, you could either fill the gouge, sand it, reseal it. You could put a steel kick plate over the top of that, right at the top of the stairs, or you could replace that board. The one up near the stage, you have to search for. I do get there is a trail that leads from the top of the stairs. If you're standing in the right light, in the right direction, at the right time, you can see the trail from the one wheel that was not rolling, that was pushed all the way to the stage. It's a little bit of a dip, not even an inch wide, all the way up. There's nothing, I mean, the floor is how old? How old is the building?
50.
I get that the money was put into it. I guess I'm wondering if they had not had to move it all the way, you guys don't know how big this piano is. It's massive and it's old. They moved it all the way out, hauled it away. Professionally, and then had to have it put back, but the professionals that actually came to do it, were not
happy with them.
They were not good with it. They were not safe with it. They didn't take the care it needed. So they opted to put it back themselves.
We had some very nice people who donated their time and their muscle, and and we didn't do it strictly because we didn't want to pay for it. We did it because, we're part of the community and they were nice enough to volunteer to help us put it back in. And,
Probably you're the advisory committee, right?
I know, it's been a real
What's nice about using the company is they usually come with liability insurance.
Yep.
Well, you know, we can second guess it all,
Right.
you know, we can talk about what happened all day long.
It's a matter of
It
liability.
happened. So what are we gonna do to fix it? So,
Robbie, what would be your recommendation? You're the council rep to the
I
library.
didn't want that to fall on me because I know how I was on both sides of it, you know.
She was a member of the
I was a
Historical
historical society
Society.
when we moved it out.
Yeah.
It went out, you know, it cost $500, but that was including other things, like
Sure.
cases and stuff. They got it out. It was a defective piano sliding back in. Probably should have been on wheels. It was kind of negligent. The first scrapes are the worst, but they put a lot of money into it, and I think there are a lot of hurt feelings that was basically ignored. Because I seen the emails too.
The emails were sent to me secondhand, nobody ever
okay, yeah.
addressed me
Okay.
officially.
We need to get
So-
beyond
Yeah.
who didn't tell who what, and
Right.
like, if we can't work together, then we might as well just stop. But the issue right now is, what do we wanna do to fix
So, I'm sorry, Madam Mayor.
Yes.
The library advisory board got a quote for $4,200 to fix
Yes,
everything, right? That's the only quote we have right now to fix anything.
yes, I did contact somebody else and they said it's an insurance issue and they didn't wanna touch it.
Our insurance, right?
You know,
Would be my guess.
he was under the impression that somebody moved the piano back in.
The liability.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, we have to decide how we want to rectify it with a $4,000 repair.
I really don't
Or-
think it's worth $4,000.
I don't think, they can do
That's what I'm
spot
saying,
repairs on floors,
solutions.
there's no reason to
Yeah.
have to take everything out,
That's-
sand and refinish the whole floor. If you find a good contractor, they should be able to take care of the problem, blend everything in, and it should look all right. I mean, it's just about finding somebody who knows the job. And we've got a ton of wood floor companies in the area, and they'll, you know, just call them out and see if they'll bid it, and just do a
Jason,
repair.
the way that was explained to me was that the wood flooring lays, we'll say horizontally to walking into the building, into that space, as opposed to,
North and south.
yes,
east and west.
yes.
So when you walk in, it goes this way.
Yes, it goes sideways. So they can't replace one board that goes that whole strip from the floor to the stage, from one end to the other. It hits every board across that way. And so it's not like they can take out one board and replace it and sand it and stain it that same color. Because there's too many variations in the wood flooring.
Well, if it's.
And I know that makes, I see some of your eyes kind of
Get some
glazed
bids,
over.
is all.
You know, I have a gouge on my living room floor, I have a gouge from when I moved, matter of fact, my piano. And I just went over it and
Yeah.
I can still see it, but it's part of the character of the floor. I mean, I understand that we just had it redone. I would like to think that we can have something done so that it at least looks as well as it can without spending $4,000.
I agree.
I wouldn't think that the divot trail needs to be addressed at all. It's there, you can see it
Just
if
the
you're
gouge,
standing
right?
in the right light. I would say the gouge at the top of the stairs needs to be addressed. Replace the board or fix it if they can. And then find the one on the stage and do the same. No?
It's a wood floor, it's gonna happen again.
Thank
Well,
you.
right, yeah, so.
It's the first one that's worst. It hurts the most.
But, yeah, I mean, it could be filled and, sanded, filled, stained, and put whatever the
So
poly or
do we
finish
need
they
to
put
get
on it
another
and
quote or?
blend it in.
or
Look at three.
Yeah,
So is it fill and sand, or this crease does not, I haven't seen it, but I will look. Or is this crease deep enough where you need to fill it? I don't understand. What would you say about that? Oh,
I don't feel that divot needs to be addressed at all.
so
I think
it's not deep enough where you have to fill it
it is
with
now
anything?
character of the floor.
I know, but my
And
question
if
is,
anybody asks about it, you can
is it that deep where you
say,
would need filler?
no.
Okay, so I don't wanna, I'm laboring with that perception.
Yeah, there's no,
So actually, you could probably orbital sand, somebody knew what they were doing with woodwork, Mr. Henley's probably quite versed in this. An orbital sander, you can take that little wobble out of a wood floor and then, resand, it doesn't have to be that wide, I'm just throwing that out there.
That's basically
Another
what I'm saying.
alternative,
If
like you
you
said,
filled it.
Mr. Councilman, there's a lot of people that probably have a skill set to do that out there. If you want to maybe try to dig down a little more and try to
make
make everybody
everybody go
happy.
look at it.
But I'll definitely go look
Because
at it tomorrow.
there's
I'd
too
like
many
to see it
opinions.
myself.
Should we
Let 'em
just
go look at
make
it.
a motion to send this to
Can I make-
advisory? Not advisory, but library advisory.
Not a chance.
The library advisory.
No library.
I've
already seen it.
Yeah, I would,
Well, to get
So-
bids.
Okay, okay.
I would make a motion to table this back to the library committee and Robbie, I'm sorry, library liaison, to come up with a plan to present to council to rectify.
Right.
Because really, that's what we should be doing.
It's
That-
only
it should-
me and I don't have it.
Well, then I'd make a motion to
I
table.
don't think it's worth $4,000 to fix the garbage.
So
So
then
motion's up, there's supported.
you need to go get more quotes and find it better.
Maybe invite the historical society to your next
We
meeting.
have,
Councilman
so,
Zimmer.
That's right.
I made the motion, Councilman Sofa seconded it, so we need to at least vote on that part. And if it passes,
table.
then it's gonna table, if it doesn't, then we'll just continue the conversation. Sorry.
Okay, so we have a motion to table it.
I support it.
We can continue talking, I believe, at this point, but I just feel like we've already talked
No, we don't.
out of it.
There's no
No, you
debate
talked.
on table.
Oh, yeah.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wagram, Zimmer,
Yes.
Thumper,
Yes. You guys got me all.
Do I still get to vote, or is that my vote?
I'm in a hurry.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Table.
Did you do a yes anyway?
All right, I will say that I understand that there are hurt feelings on both sides. I would hope that the library and the historical society could sit down and talk to each other and try to come up with a viable solution without just pointing fingers.
And we will,
Okay, that's it.
and I'm sorry, we will do that nick on the steps if, we get permission to, that's fine.
Okay, DPW committee recommendations.
DPW met on October 16th. Councilman Dunbar, Councilman Zimmer, myself. We discussed a number of topics, just briefly, they were there on the minutes of the installation of cement T at Lowe's and Bell River, very critical piece. Washington put it in, they had the laser levels out there, that's the one that's gonna tie in across the road to the west side of Bell River. So I was very impressed to see them do that and had an opportunity to eyeball that culvert from the west side looking over before they had it all filled up. And it looked in fairly decent shape and I could see daylight. There was some debris, dirt, whatever, I couldn't really tell on the T side, and we made a recommendation for that. I think that needs to be flushed out if we went from east to west, just to give it a good blast, and we know that we're starting with a good passage from all of the Lowe's subdivision out there. I was wondering, Fire Chief, what do you think about that? I don't know. Anyway, we want to recommend to council that we flush that too. The infrastructure in place, and they also tied in a lot of new drainage along the east side of Bell River, put in a catch basin that is like on the border of our new property there. Hopefully that's going to feed and take care of that issue of those sidewalks flooding on the three houses that are on the east, new houses on the east side. We also discussed implementing the final inspection for the condominium project, Memphis Meadows. It's time to do that. those are the 13 new homes that make up the project. Now, still a little foggy on this, but I understand the HOA agreement is in place, so that's still up in the air, but I don't think that should hinder us from
Councilman,
starting that.
Can I just make one recommendation?
Sure.
That we just go one item at a time. Because I think what ends up happening is we're gonna end up talking about all of these and we're gonna go back to vote on one. I think we.
Oh, you want to
do-
vote on each one? Okay.
Well, I think, because that's our recommendation, right?
All right.
Because we need council to approve that.
I'm sorry, I'm just usually giving synopsis, so. No, I agree, Mr. Councilman.
Yeah, I think we just need to, like, this is what we recommend. I think that it's up to us to do our due diligence and read these packets, right? I hope we all do. But I think it's more pertinent and, as Councilman Soka pointed out earlier, in the sake of efficiency, that we just take one item at a time and vote on them one item at a time.
What's your first motion?
So, I would make the motion to, first of all, I would like to ask Fire Chief Pratt, is it possible to have the fire department flush that? Just do a full,
I don't see why not.
okay, so I would make a motion to have the fire department continue flushing that, the culvert out that runs east and west on Bell River per the DPW recommendation.
Support.
Okay, we have a
We can get-
motion to have the fire department flush the east-west culvert under Bell River Road. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Just so I can look at it ahead of time, where is it?
It's right at the lowest,
Yeah.
section there,
Okay.
the new T right there, we got a cover on it. It'd be the outlet going toward, across
To the
from
west.
Mr. Fields' house.
Okay.
Okay.
One of us could meet you out there if we need to. Ken lives right there, just in case.
Motion passed.
Okay, great. We wish to implement the final inspection. You can find that code 150-125. That was a recommendation that we are making, which review would take place at the planning commission.
Is that your motion?
Well, all right, I'll make that motion. I'll recommend that we begin the final inspection phase of Memphis Meadows condominium project per our ordinance.
What does that entail to do?
150.125, it's all laid out there. It's a lot, not a lot, but, we get everybody involved, we review their work, and it's a necessary step. It's the final one, you got preliminary and, presenting the plans and the actual builds, and they get the X point of completion. Got an HOA and agreement, all that stuff plays into it, but it's time.
Isn't that the
Yeah, I don't think
planning
that-
commission?
I don't think the final inspection is the planning commission, it is us, or it is the city,
Yes, but it-
per our ordinance.
Well, the planning commission, I believe, reviews that.
Well, they can, but we still have to initiate the final inspection.
Oh, yeah.
As a city.
Yeah, absolutely.
Per our ordinance.
Yes.
And that would be our inspector.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whoever else needs to be involved,
And
city
the
engineer.
other people are involved,
whoever.
right?
Councilmember
Yeah,
Zephyr?
Madam Mayor,
There's a lot of people that have to be involved.
per our ordinance, statewide should submit drawings of completion which show the project as built, and our engineers should review them to make sure they are consistent with what was proposed, and then also make sure that what was built is consistent with what they drew up.
So motion was made and seconded, who seconded?
But what does entail initiating the final?
I think we would have to review 150.5125, 1525? 150.125.
It lays off the steps.
To ensure that we are in line with the steps of our
Pretty
ordinance.
self-explanatory. I've included it in packs written out prior, but that's a while ago, so we're just kind of catching up to it again. I would have to reread it again myself, but I know you involved a few different people in it.
So then Steve, as chair of DPW, are you willing to take on the initiation part of that? Working with Mel and
Well,
to
absolutely.
get that done?
I love to. Oh, I'm not totally understanding what you're talking about. You talking about all the grades or something?
The whole thing.
The whole
What
thing.
our ordinance
He'll
calls
get with
for.
you. If it passes, Steve will
Yeah.
work with you to get the final inspection
We'll
done.
put our heads together on
It won't
that.
all involve you, it'll also probably involve the DMJ.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be a quick process. I think it's a little
It'll-
deliberate.
Yeah, take a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, and
So,
okay. So that's the motion that I have, then, that the city council would authorize the final inspection of the condominium Memphis Meadows to begin. And I will head that off and set a preliminary meeting for the people I think need to be involved and get that word out.
It's already been motioned and seconded, right?
yep, so now we just need to vote.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion to initiate the final inspection of Memphis Meadows condominium phase 1 project with Steve Weaver leading. All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Motion passed. Number 3,
Councilman Dunbar drafted a letter. Another one of our recommendations was to upgrade the 12-inch to 24-inch per inspection. However, I appreciate the letter, Councilman Dunbar, but I would like to have mentioned, if this is approved, that it specifically states going from 12 to 24-inch, so that is documented as it is in all the engineering drawings and everything. And also, I had a question. I believe we do now have filed easements on, I need to ask that question. I think we do, but your letter says the city has no easement on file.
We do have easements on file, but I reviewed all the easements that we have, and I looked at the county online, and I saw no easement for in between Mr. Fields' houses and his neighbor.
So there has either been one filed or it's not in existence.
That would be my position.
I talked to Bart on this.
sorry.
There's no easement on file. I saw what you saw, and I looked through the whole packet for all the easements that were in there, and I didn't see any that were in between private residents.
Yeah, there were two, there's one on file for two houses in between two houses on Pratt, but
On the Pratt, where that drain goes through.
I believe so,
Across from
yes.
his place. Yeah.
Well, Memphis Meadows Company can still go on there, so that is something we could resolve in part of the review then. If we really need to pin it down, we would flag that as.
It could be, but does our ordinance call for a specific size drain?
No, but B&J did, our engineer.
When?
In the,
You got your study.
in the, there's.
In the original drawing, with it,
No,
before they built?
we commissioned.
Or after we commissioned, afterwards, after they built?
Commissioned a study that we paid
So-
several thousand
So we
dollars.
don't have anything in our code.
They also,
I don't see how we can, I mean, it's fine, you wanna write a letter, but you
It's
basically.
just a suggestion, that's all.
Have the floor for a second.
I'm just making a recommendation.
Okay,
Councilmember Sofo.
do we have jurisdiction to compel them to do anything? We can request all that we want.
Yeah.
But if we have no authority to make them do anything. If our ordinance doesn't specify a certain size drainage tube, we can't enforce a certain size drainage tube. If it's on a place that we don't have any authority, between two houses that we don't have any easement in, we have no authority in it. We shouldn't be stepping into private affairs. Private property affairs.
Madam
Private
Mayor.
property affairs.
Councilmember
go ahead.
Dunbar.
I would disagree with the assertion that it is a private matter. It was our engineers that determined it was undersized, and it is affecting the drainage of houses that are not just the houses in between the drainage tile. Additionally, when they proposed the buildings, they didn't have basements, they were slabs, and they later built basements, and I think this change could have resulted in a situation in which they had to change the grade to something that to get more dirt up. So while I would agree that maybe we cannot force them, I would say that this would be the first step of, documenting that we find it unsatisfactory and should be changed.
That's exactly what I'm saying is, it's not a letter demanding that they do anything, it's a letter
I'm not demanding.
asking that
He's not
they
demanding.
take action
Correct.
to rectify the problem, which is fine. Because we already have other issues with them, and
It's simply.
some of this stuff we should be discussing with our city attorney before we do things. Because that we may not have authority to be doing, we may not. I'm not an attorney.
Madam Mayor, I would be
Whatever,
happy.
I mean,
I would be happy to get preliminary approval for this, subject to the approval of our attorney, and I could email him this letter tomorrow, as long as he would be okay with it. Then
Makes sense.
that would be my motion. I would motion that we send the following letter to Statewide Memphis LLC with the change of in diameter from 12 inches to 24, pending approval from the city lawyer.
support.
Well, are you asking from the city lawyer for, like, because us just saying, please resolve this matter as quickly as possible, you know, we need
That is
to.
pretty assertive.
Yeah,
I
so
think
we-
you probably need to back off that language, I'll be honest, I don't know that.
Yeah.
That seems like, to me, I take that as a demand, I don't take that as a request.
Right.
Like, if you're telling me I need to resolve something as quickly as possible, what happens if I don't?
Well, I think there's a lot
I
more,
mean,
I think there's a lot
to be
more that we
honest.
can
That's why we should
say
talk to our
in
lawyer.
this
That's what I-
letter.
yeah, I
Yes,
agree.
absolutely. Because, again, we live here, people live here, you know, they're still doing work here,
I agree.
I don't wanna have a situation where we're just burning every bridge we have, like, yes, we wanna make things correct, but, you know, what's the best way? And the lawyer is a very good, you know, he's a good person to kind of soften this and put it forth the correct way.
I just wanna know where our jurisdiction starts and stops.
That's fair. I did have a motion on the table.
And
It was
I
seconded.
supported it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion to send the letter to statewide after running it through the attorney for proper
For his approval or his changes,
amendments.
yeah.
Okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Number 4,
Okay, that gets us down to the Mill Street culvert, I think.
you know,
Nope.
Oh, there's that.
No, scoping,
scoping,
scoping.
Oh, scoping. Yeah,
Those
we,
three is on here.
which,
we're asking for scoping right down the intersection of Bell River, right by Bob Bell's house. There's really not a lot there, so that's really the only priority we thought. We are going to scope anything, so we're just putting that out there for discussion.
Bart is requesting bids. I don't think we can do anything until we get bids, correct?
Well, we were asking this, I think we were talking about, did we want to narrow it down, you know, not to scope everything involved with the project? And so we said, well, maybe we could just start with that. So we're just putting that out there. I mean, we're certainly open to discussion, but we just wanted to try to move that going forward.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to vote on for it, though.
Right.
If Bart's getting quotes for it, we need to know what those are before. If he's
That's-
getting quotes based on that area that we talked about, if he had them here today, that's what we would vote on. Right, he's already doing the work, it's not really.
Yeah, I don't know if he has gotten any yet, but I guess we can find out.
Yeah, we just-
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Number 5,
That's my second page. Is that the culverts?
Mill Street.
Yeah.
Mill Street, over.
And this is one of the, oh yeah, this is culverts. As I think all of you are aware, we're down to a yearly inspection for our Mill Street culverts. It's usually every 5 years. Councilman Dunbar mentioned during our meeting that he was looking into some grant opportunities, and I wholeheartedly support him with that. And as far as a target, you know, it's nice if you're gonna go after these grants, that you have something that you're shooting at, and this would be a real good one. You can't really see the black and white photos very well, but there are other ones that you can get off, that we can send a copy to, but it's basically looking to me like the ends of flanges. But we sure don't want that shut down, but I think it'd be a good exercise if we want to see grants on these various different levels that we discussed. We can also show that we have been working on our infrastructure, which is an important part of it too, the things that we have been doing, and so we were just floating that idea out there, and took some good pictures when I was on my little canoe trip a few weeks ago. And it doesn't look all that bad to me really, but I don't wanna have that flag of the state coming in every single year. And being that's used for trucking, we don't wanna have it shut down, and maybe we can find some money for it. It's, I guess maybe more information than anything. I don't know if I need a vote on anything for that.
I do wanna, the one thing, and if you'll pardon me and kind of, the one thing I did wanna make sure we talked about, as a committee, we talked about saw cutting and hot patching on Bell River.
Yes.
That dirt patch that's there, Bart is working on that part as well to get that covered up so it's not all dirt. So, just so everybody's aware that's being worked on as well.
Thank you.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah, the divots.
Okay, we've already discussed the sidewalks.
Yep. Very good. And the rental inspections, we already talked about that.
Rental inspections, does anybody have any,
Do we need to vote on it?
we need to vote on that?
Do we need to vote on this?
We already passed everything.
Yeah, we passed it. It would be up to the
It's all
building
about
inspector. to-
implementation.
This is just implementation.
Yeah, it would be up to, it'd be up to Mel to what forms he wants to use in the public.
Well, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you passed the ordinance, but there was no
Oh, this checklist isn't here.
Yeah, the checklist.
part of the ordinance.
I think it's, some of it, it's like,
Part of the package.
I'll be honest, some of it, it's,
Pardon me?
I will be honest, some of it's like better than a new construction home. You know what I mean? But like you said, it's just,
Well,
like, what I'm saying is my house wouldn't pass this. I'm an owner. I don't think most people's houses would pass this.
we're mainly looking for safety issues.
Yeah.
GFIs, different things of that nature, smoke alarms, carbon monoxide tester on any floor with gas appliances, handrails, and jacks that might be getting rotted. We're not out to make
Egress
somebody
points and
have to get a
everything.
mortgage.
I
to
think,
do that.
like, one point I like to make, so, like, if you're dealing with FHA or HUD, I know it maybe doesn't look good, but chipping paint really shouldn't matter unless it's lead-based paint.
Well, that's what we would be looking for, if it was lead-based,
Then it should-
the really old stuff that's
Yeah,
peeling off.
that's what you would normally look for in health or
Yeah,
safety,
right, not
is
just
lead-based paint.
latex that's been coming.
So, like that, there, I would like that to see, houses built on or after, what is it, 1974 or something,
You could have
75.
painted it, still painted with lead-based paint.
I know they did, but like, when you do lead-based paint disclosures for, real estate, basically if your house is built before this date, you need to have everything signed. If it's built after this date, it doesn't really apply. That's one that kind of like chipping paint. I mean, you could say that you're gonna enforce some things and not others, but if you're writing it into a law and making it a rule, then you should enforce them all, even though, I don't know, I'm just, some of it seems to look, like that would be basically it. And then some of it is about behavior of tenants that we have no control over.
Like what?
Whether a tenant uses an electric space heater. I mean,
You use an electric space heater running on a
I understand that, but that only has to,
be doing that, you're a fire hazard.
I know, but that's not on the landlord, that's tenant behavior, I mean, we can't, how do we
It's
know?
on the landlord if there isn't proper heating.
So he's gotta check them every day, that somebody puts a space heater on?
This is just an explanation and guidelines. That's what these are. So we're just explaining, I mean, and as a person who has a home that I do rent, I already have all of this in there, like, it states in my lease that they are not allowed to have a space heater.
Okay.
Things like that, that should be a normal thing anyway. I read through the whole thing, there was only a couple things that I had, like.
Those are the only two I had.
Because you, took this from K-Pac, a lot of, it says village.
Oh, there's a
So,
couple times.
there's a
Well,
couple-
this was the workshop night.
Right, So,
We can change the.
Yeah, we
wording
just
on a
need to,
couple
you
things,
know,
just change it to city.
change that.
or-
And then the only other question I have is the dumpster sanitation. It says dumpster will be located within the side or rear yard and shall be screened by obscuring barrier from the public view. So I tried to look in our ordinance if we had something, some guidelines on that.
I don't know if we have anything that specific.
I mean, our dumpsters are wide open, you know.
But that doesn't mean it's correct.
No,
Right.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. So that's something that I would like us to look at in the ordinance committee, so,
Okay.
for that. So, but other than that, I mean, everything is pretty,
Yeah, those are the only two I
It
have.
covers a lot of
yeah,
different.
yeah. And I think it's very thorough, and so that we're,
It works for a keep actually.
Yeah, it's been there for 20 years.
so this information, we're gonna have it put on the website?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, that's.
Once we get it finalized, we'll have it put on the website, and
Yeah, and then they
then,
can pick up a copy if they need to at the city office.
and then, when are you gonna start the inspections?
Well, we talked about that.
I know, but we don't have a date,
We talked
Didn't
about
point
the 1st of March.
1st of March,
That's when
okay,
the applications go out.
okay.
And they have 60 days to get registered, which would be the 1st of May. And then after the 1st of May, we can take in requests for inspections. I really didn't want to be part of this.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem.
Building inspector.
And you will
I
give
see your
us an
point now,
application.
though. Ma'am.
You will give us an application to give to them.
Yeah, we'll get one made up.
Okay, so do we, Councilmember Soka?
Okay, but the one thing I would like to see is the paint thing, there should be some guideline there, I mean, it's chipping paint
Hey,
sometimes.
it's up there to you guys, you want to take that line out? We'll take that.
No, I'm fine with chipping, I'm fine with the line being in there, but it should be, we're worried about health and safety, it should be about the health and safety, it should be lead paint. you
Well,
know,
it's not
so-
just health and safety, we wanna make sure these rental properties are maintained and.
You can't put a higher burden on them than another homeowner.
Yes, you
Yes.
You can't, you say, oh, since you rent out your house, since you rent out your house, the neighbor can let that shit fall apart. But, okay,
When
doesn't seem fair to me.
when I bought my mother's home.
Doesn't seem fair to me, but I don't.
When I
think
bought my
it's-
mother's home, the inspector who came would not sign off on it until I painted the front porch. I was gonna do that
That's
anyway,
FHA,
but
and the year of the house.
No, it wasn't FHA, it was paying cash. It was just like, or my mother was doing it, right?
What inspector was she getting?
Doesn't matter, it's like, but like, there's things, like, you know,
That's
so there's things that they impose to make the visual, it was just a visual thing, it wasn't a health and safety thing, it's visual. They didn't want any chip painting, which we did, we took care of it, and it's fine. Yes,
So an inspector, when you're having an inspection and buying a home, that's not a required thing at all. There's no license to be a home inspector. There's no pass or fail. They don't sign off on anything. They give you a report, and it's up to you, the buyer, to say, I'm okay with this or I'm not. Unless you're an FHA or USDA buyer, then there are rules. Then there's handrails, smoke alarms, chipping paint, cracked windows, things like that. That's a pass or fail. So that's about health and safety. And that's the reason that those are in place, not about X or whatever. but It's fine.
Madam Mayor, would Mr. Sofa like to review these a little more extensively before?
Well, I looked them over pretty good, and that's the only one, is like, it's fine, whatever, I mean, it's fine.
I mean, happy to sit down and review them with you if you want.
It's fine with me. If they want it, you know, they got a different rule than someone else, that's fine. I'm not renting out my house. Hey, Chip.
Madam Mayor, do we need a motion on this, or are we content?
yes, we need a motion.
I would motion that we accept the rental house checklist as presented by Mr. McNutt.
with the changes from village to city.
Yes, with the changes from village to city.
Gotcha, okay.
Correct.
Support.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
No.
One opposed.
Okay, so motion passed.
Okay, thank you, Mel. Number 4, appointment of plumbing mechanical inspector. Anybody have any input?
Well, one had plumbing license, the other had plumbing license and mechanical inspection credentials. So that's quite a difference in qualifications. Be my only observation I could offer. Both seem like they're competent people.
Does anybody have a motion to select either or?
Can
I
it
make
be,
a motion. Oh,
can it
Rob,
be
you got
split?
it?
Can it be split? Like A for plumbing and B for mechanical, or? Does
I don't
anybody-
think he'd accept. I don't think they would accept that, to be honest.
Could we do without a mechanical inspector right now?
I don't think that's
We
a
have
great idea.
permanent
We don't,
there.
yeah, I mean, what about who?
And it took us forever to get a mechanical
I know, that's what I
inspector,
thought too.
So we don't wanna be without one.
What did we do before we got mechanical inspector?
We'd have to call the state in all the time, and it would take forever for somebody to get an inspection.
That was not my experience with the mechanical inspector from the state. It was relatively easy to get someone out to take a look at what we had done.
From the state?
Mhm.
Mel, I see you thinking.
Yeah, I've been involved in that over the years with my home and stuff like that, and I would wait almost 3 weeks for a plumbing inspection. I mean, a mechanical for the furnace. 3 weeks. Okay? Come out, say 3 minutes, and he was gone. You know?
That's
And
from
it
the
holds up
state?
progress,
Yeah.
you know, and everybody's had bad experiences with the state taking forever on plan reviews. I think we can keep it in-house. Have you checked with other townships like Richmond, who they use? Maybe he'd consider picking you up, being right here, you know, or I could even ask a couple of, there's guys who do K-back and stuff like that. They might consider taking on, a lot of electricians have 5, 6, 7 municipalities they work for.
Right.
So, you know.
We had it advertised.
Give them a call and ask.
We had it
them.
advertised,
And we
and
had
the
2 people respond to the ad. I understand, I'm saying, one guy does do a lot of them.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
Okay.
and one was referred to us by our other one.
Okay, yeah, but I didn't know if you, that was another avenue to look at, because, you know, you got some, you advertise for it, but word of mouth, talking to the other ones that are
Right.
around the area here.
Well, we want to get the right person for
Yeah.
the job. We don't, just don't want to select the lesser of, you know, the 2 that we did get, you know.
And the hard part is, in a way, as an inspector, if he's from, say, 15, 20 miles away, he ain't gonna wanna run over here for one inspection, between his gas and his time on the road and stuff, it ain't worth it, so. You know, I see that in my own field, and I'm way over in Emily City and stuff, sometimes I have to go for one inspection, 50 miles round trip, and an hour on the road, you know, half an hour each way, and you know, is it worth 60, 70 bucks? Wasted, and then you got taxes coming out of that, you know. So, the person that's resigning, is he gonna stay on until we get somebody?
He wanted to be done at the last meeting,
Okay.
but he said he would stay on until we pick someone,
Okay, well,
so.
that's good, okay.
Which we were.
But we told him it would be at this meeting, most likely,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
We may have misspoke.
Were we unsatisfied with the interviews? I was not present. I wasn't.
I wasn't, they're
The-
both good
The
guys.
first one was plumbing only, he didn't have mechanical.
Okay.
And he's local, he's in town.
Right.
The second one was a recommendation from the outgoing. He handles a lot of different areas.
General Revolver.
And has a mechanical.
And has a mechanical,
You should have got their applications.
Resumes.
I still send them to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, the one guy only asking about how we handle money does not make me feel like he cares about our city at all.
Right.
Which has me very reluctant to recommend or approve or anything. I've done a lot of interviews, hired and fired a lot of people. I will tell you the common denominator in a lot of those are people who ask about money. So that's my reluctancy. I wouldn't feel comfortable nominating the second candidate. I love the first one. Not having mechanical is really hard though for me. I think he would be great for our city. Just not having mechanical, I would just have a hard time with that. So that's my perspective.
I
You guys
thought,
are
I
more
thought
than
it was
entitled.
strange when he asked about, he said, how do you pay him? But then when I got the agenda and I saw that he got a $5,000 check, I think maybe he only got paid once a year, and I think he was kind of inquiring, am I only gonna get paid once a year? He seemed very confident, which come off as a little, maybe too confident. I've heard the word cocky, but, yeah, I think.
I don't think it was cockiness. I just don't think.
I didn't think so either.
I don't think it was cockiness. I just don't, in general, in hiring practices, that's
People don't.
just a personal reluctancy of mine.
But real, just to say, when we pay inspectors, they kind of each have their own thing, don't they?
So he
Like
probably
some will
wanted
just
to
take
know,
them
how
up
do you
for a
do
month
it?
or two and then give you it and, yeah.
I think that's what he was getting at.
Everybody has a way that works for them.
Yes.
There's times when I do 2 inspections, as an example, here in a month. You know, I'm okay, let it slide, and when I get a decent amount on the page, I'm
I
okay.
think that's why he
you
was
know,
asking.
Yeah, I think that's why he asked too.
So. And
I think everything is about
We could
relationships.
put the vote out
Every
again.
single hire, every single person,
We could put the
every
vote out
single
again.
interaction should be about relationships.
good.
I just didn't feel a good connection with that relationship. Just my opinion. I'm only one vote. We can make the motion, see what happens.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna vote yes, so I'm not gonna, if I make the motion, I can't vote no.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I thought we couldn't vote no.
You couldn't argue against it, but you
I
can
couldn't argue, I've
but you
already
can
argued
vote no.
against it, so.
You can't argue against it
You should
after
make
the
a
vote.
motion. We should be making motions
And
before
then
we
go-
debate.
yeah.
That's the
Yes,
whole
we
idea.
should.
I just don't believe in it, so I'm not going to do
So
that.
we're still on the wrong track. on how
Well, I'll
we
make
do
the
it.
first motion for, candidate A, St. James, to be the fund inspector and to, maybe put it out there again for mechanical.
So you're separating the two,
I-
mechanical and plumbing?
You
You're
gotta-
making the motion to separate
You
them?
gotta have somebody do
You have
both
to,
the
Because he doesn't have.
fields,
he
right?
doesn't
Yeah.
have a mechanical.
You need somebody that does both of them, otherwise you gotta hire 2 guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
But you pay by the inspection anyway, so what's the difference?
Well, she did make a motion, if anyone wants
I'll
to second it, we
support
can
it,
all vote
Robbie.
against
Wait a minute, I
that.
make sure I understand what the motion is.
Well, the motion was made and seconded, so now we can officially
Now
talk
you
about
can
it.
So we have a
discuss.
motion to offer the position to St. James.
St.
John.
St. John
St.
for
John.
for plumbing
only.
and put it out there for mechanical.
So to split the position.
What do you mean, put
we
it out
shouldn't do
there?
that.
Advertise for
Advertise
mechanical
for
contractors again?
mechanical, yes.
So that's a plumbing guy that you're recommending.
Have we,
And Mel, what'd you say there? You said something about that, splitting the position, you shouldn't do that?
Well, if you do that, the one you had before does both, okay? You're paying one person, you're still doing inspections, but if you have to get 2 individual people, it just seems.
have we ever, Donna, have we ever had 2? Has it always been one person?
Yeah, always been one. Tim Kelly did it.
They don't really like to split,
We've had
right?
none a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that motion was accepted,
And then we've had
then
more.
would this mean that mechanical inspections that do need to be done are now thrown back into the lap of the state schedule.
Correct.
So I just want everybody to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can also mean, I'm just saying, a lot of the guys won't do just plumbing unless they get mechanical too. So
But I mean,
you may be
but if we accept that
stuck.
motion, we don't have a mechanical inspector.
Right.
So our only recourse is to call the state.
So we have the motion, we have the second.
I think we should roll
Can
call
you-
that.
Can you roll call that?
Yeah,
please?
Yes, okay. Sofa,
No.
Weaver,
No, I can't vote for that.
Wayrum,
No.
Zimmer,
No.
Dunbar,
No.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer.
Yes.
Okay, motion failed.
So we're just hiring the plumber, or that we're?
No,
No, their motion failed.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry,
I'm sorry, I was getting double dang.
5 against 2, so they failed. That's, we're not hiring him.
So our-
So I need another motion,
Either to
either
hire,
to hire the second one or to
Repost.
repost. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to hire number 2. Pung.
I'll second it.
Okay, Weaver,
Yes.
Wayrum,
No.
Zimmer,
No.
Dunbar,
No.
Harper,
No.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Okay, motion failed. We got Weaver, Mazer, Sofa, yes. Wayrum, Zimmer, Dunbar, Harper, no.
I'll make a motion to repost for a plumbing and mechanical inspector for the city of Memphis.
Support.
Okay, I think we can do all in favor.
Okay, Wayrum,
Oh, yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Unanimous. Look at that.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay,
Gotta let us
So I'm
figure
just
it
gonna
out.
call them guys and tell them it's still on hold,
yes,
that we have not made up our mind.
thank you. And then get.
And I gotta ask Bill, if he'll still
If
stay
you
on.
know of somebody.
I'm gonna talk to
Okay.
3 different ones in the community.
I know this
Whoever
is-
I'll talk to guys.
Just
in the-
because I don't understand how it works.
Not a good relationship.
If they do both jobs,
Couple of
say you
them.
pay 50 for a plumbing
Ask them to be
inspection,
in a
Well, to say yes.
50 for a mechanical
Oh,
inspection.
you know, by Romeo, some guy got 10 or 12.
It's still gonna cost $100
townships.
if it's one.
Yeah, just let us know then, that'd be great.
I don't know if that.
But if someone typically does
A lot of
both,
times
they're only gonna
plumbing
get
and
half
mechanical
of,
go together.
they're gonna get half of the jobs, and it won't necessarily be as appealing. Because if there's a plumbing capable of doing the mechanical, they will
He
want
wants
both.
to stay, no, okay.
Okay, new business.
Oh, boy.
Condemnation and removal of 34711 Potter Street.
So I think we should do this the proper way. I'll make a motion to condemn the home on, what is it, 34711 Potter Street.
I thought it was already condemned.
We need a second to talk about it.
Second.
Thank you.
I support.
Mel, did you already condemn that house on the corner? Didn't you put it's
The
not
firehouse.
inhabitable?
It's basically condemned, it says it's uninhabitable and.
Well, basically condemned and condemned are two very different.
Well, I got the only sign we got that says,
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta look at what it says.
So what
It's
do
been
we
there
do?
so long.
So what are the next steps from that? I would defer to the building inspector for his
So what do we
recommendation.
do?
Well, I don't know where to go on from there, I've never had to do this, okay? I've been doing it for 22 years.
Mel?
You take it, I think you take it, the council has to maybe,
It has, so it'll have to be tore down. Correct.
It probably have to be torn down.
It'll have to be
exactly.
tore down.
It may have to sit there till it goes up for tax sale.
More than likely at our expense would be my guess.
Yeah, probably, you'll end up getting the property.
Right. Do we put, is this like a lien situation typically?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't sure.
I think you give them the opportunity to do
Councilmember
it.
Dunbar, please.
Madam Mayor, I believe the next step would be holding a public hearing.
There we go, Kenny.
I'm so sorry, on
That's
which,
all right.
after the public hearing, in which the owner has been notified, we would then vote as a council to formally condemn the structure, at which point we would be able to give BART permission to destroy the building and seek recoup, whether it be put a lien on the property. But I believe that would be the next steps.
we would be destroying it?
Are we supposed to
We
send
condemn
a
it,
letter?
but I don't think we pay to tear it down.
I think we're gonna have to.
If the owner is unable to rectify it within 60 days, I believe we bring it down.
Really?
It's all right there in the ordinance.
So are you amending my motion?
Yes, I motion to amend Councilman Zimmer's motion to hold a public hearing prior to the condemning the structure.
So it's not condemned now then?
It's uninhabitable.
Not officially condemned, it's
Okay,
uninhabitable.
so I wanna make sure I'm following this.
I was asked to go out there and put signs that
Right.
basically keep out.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it was boarded up and then, no trespassing, keep out. So it isn't officially.
Yeah, which is what
Because the
this
owner-
process will do.
Yeah, because the owner has to have some input on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would
He has to
think.
be notified.
Yes.
Yes.
So, okay. So we have a motion to schedule a public hearing,
I think you have to notify the owner first.
Also notify the owner.
notify the owner, schedule a public hearing regarding the condemnation of and removal of 34711 Potter Street.
I support it.
All right.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Baser,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayrum,
Yes.
Zimmer.
Yes.
Okay. Administrative memo, do you have that? Yep. Is this the budget amendment?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. So we have budget amendment for fiscal year 25-26. DPW backhoe, this is just basically transferring in 75,000. Parks and Rec, the trail grant.
Trail grant money we got last year, so we got to just amend that line.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
That was one question.
Make a motion to make the budget. Let me restart that, please. I'll make a motion to amend the budget as presented for the DPW and Parks and Rec accounts.
I'll support.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Okay.
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayrum,
Yes.
Zimmer.
Yes.
Dunbar.
Yes.
Okay, Memphis senior class gun raffle.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I was approached by Sergeant Jason, who's here to represent the senior class. They're wishing to hold a gun raffle
I thought
and
that said Ohio State. I don't know if we could be friends.
Just to clarify on that, what this technically is it allows, so every class does raffles and stuff like that so in order to throw an all-night party for the kids at the school. Since now the school has separated themselves from it, we're not allowed to legally pull any licensing from them in order to do either a gun raffle or a meat raffle or any kind of thing that they want. So they started doing it on their own, some of the parents every year, but then wouldn't pass it to anyone. Well, my child's class did, and class of 2026, so we started our own 501c that will stay within the community and get passed down. We've already set it up, did all the, got our EIN, got approved as a 501. They'll actually get passed down from class to class where they can file for their own licensing to do that. But because it's the very first license at this 501, we have to have permission from the city in order to be able to pull licensing and do raffles and this kind of stuff within the city limits. Because we are holding them always, the draws are, we already set one up, we'll be at the American Legion and things like that. So we need approval from the city to be able to pull licensing. And then, once that happens, we'll never have to get permission again, we can just pull, it's already on record with the state.
I move that we allow the Memphis senior class to hold a gun raffle.
Support.
I would amend that motion to
Go
pass
on.
the presented resolution. He emailed it to me, I gave Donna a copy. It's the same thing, but it's just as a resolution.
To sign it.
Yep,
Right.
to sign it, yep.
Support for that one too.
And this is technically a resolution, so it has to be done by a roll call vote.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayrum,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Mazer.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all, I appreciate it.
And then we have 2 copies, we'll sign it and give you one.
Thanks so much. There's a whole list.
Okay, number 4, DPW, water and sewer regarding the purchase of a laptop computer.
So Madam Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve this invoice for the purchase of the DPW computers.
These are the ones.
Support.
What I can speak to about this, and it seems like Bart and I are best friends the last few weeks, is this is the laptop for the new water meters. The other computer I can't speak to very much. I think his is one of the similar ones to yours, Don.
Yeah,
It's
his
just the
Windows 10's
outdated.
going, and who he used to use they're gone,
Yeah.
so he's going with VC for like the rest of us.
Like ours,
now.
so they'll just be on like our network, and the laptop is a necessity, is my understanding
Yes.
as well, like we have to have one
Yeah,
for the
outside.
meters. So yeah,
Just keep on going. Okay.
it really is.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the invoice of, total page total, $3,011 for new laptops and computers for DPW.
And you gotta support too.
Who support?
Support?
He supported sofa. Oh, okay.
I said we had a motion. We have a motion.
She's restated.
So we don't have to do roll call on it.
Correct.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passed. MML onsite training invoice.
I'll make a motion to approve the invoice for the MML on-site training that we received in October, I don't remember the specific date.
22nd.
What was it?
I think it was the 22nd.
No, that was the interviews.
That was interview.
It's like the.
9/29,
something.
the invoice date is 9/29.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
9/29 onsite training.
Did anybody support it? I support it.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Publications for City of Memphis. The Voice is done. Do you want to talk to that, Donna?
Yeah, I couldn't even get my synopsis in because it wouldn't have been published, and that's how we found out. So the Macomb Daily we can do, but I know for like elections, because we're a split county, we're gonna have to do 2 publications. And I don't know, I didn't get a chance to look into if that's for public hearings and everything. I don't know which paper we would use in St. Clair, because this is a county paper. A guy called me from the Record newspaper. They're mostly doing Macomb County stuff, but they're not a county paper. They're a little bit more than what the Macomb Daily would be. But he's trying to get more St. Clair side. Nobody has a paper out here from Macomb County. I called around to the stores and everything and asked, do you sell Macomb Daily? Do you sell the Record? They don't. Macomb County never called me back when I asked if they could put papers out, but the Record said they could actually put a newsstand right in front of City Hall, and they can ask a couple stores if they would sell them. I talked to one of the stores and they said yes, they would be glad to sell it. So, and I never got back in touch with Macomb Daily, never called me back. So it's just the point of who you want to go with, because we have to approve this, every election, and then we're going to change it.
You said there'd be a cost difference, but didn't list a price. Do we have that?
Like for a synopsis, for instance, I sent that to you guys.
I just missed
The
it.
minimum for the Record is $69, where if I sent the same synopsis that I used for the Voice, and the Voice is the same price as Macomb Daily, and it was like $56. So it's a little bit different, but, and a synopsis, I'll be honest, I found out I don't even really have to post them in a paper. I can post them on a website and everything, but I don't even care about that, I'm talking about like public hearings and everything. And
There is the Yale Expositor. It's a newspaper in St. Clair County.
Are you saying
And-
To do both then?
Yeah,
Or I could just do Yale, because it's
yeah.
not a county paper, but Macomb's our bigger sign. That's what and I was thinking, I was hoping too, like whichever one we go through, they put more Memphis stuff in like they used to in the Voice. We don't have nothing in there anymore, or we didn't for a long time. So,
Because the Yale Expositor did say that they would cover Memphis, just, they would print something from Memphis, but they need a reporter out here. So if somebody was to report, write a story, send it in, they would print it out there. That was the last one, they have new owners, but I'm sure they want as much reach as possible, the new owners, so. I just know there's another local-ish newspaper around here, probably the closest one to us, that now that the Voice is gone, that's not a big, Times Herald or Macomb Daily.
would they sell papers around here or put up newsstands?
You could call and find out, but, I mean, I don't know.
Because that's the whole thing, is like letting other people get the paper,
Right.
of whichever one we're
I
in.
don't know how their distribution works, I really don't, but.
Is this something we would need to decide on right now, or could we postpone this to,
Well, we have,
Well, the voice is gone, right?
Yeah, the Voice is gone.
So we have nowhere to post, like that public hearing, we have nowhere to post that, except for on our website right now, right?
Well, I mean, you could post it
We can-
in the Macomb Daily
Yeah,
or
we can
something for
still,
now,
we can
but,
still post things.
I mean, not post it, we could put it
But
in there.
every year we have to
Approve,
state and
yeah.
approve where we're posting stuff. So,
Do we have to have a newspaper, or could we go full digital? Like, why couldn't, I mean, everything else in this world is digital, why can't we go digital?
Because there's a lot,
Dude.
like elections and that all have to be posted, public hearings have to be posted in the paper.
Could we do it for just those, though? Like, could we post those in paper?
Well, that's why I said masses, you really don't have to, but then you have to, post the masses at like 3 conspicuous places. That's why it's on the door this week, because they won it, and it's on our website, and I
So the
sent it to
third.
Carol.
At the
So
library.
it's at the library, because I figure a lot of people go there.
I'm just wondering if there's like a simpler solution.
well, we can table it to get more information
Just
on
don't
the
have
Yale
public
and,
hearings.
so there's no motion on the floor, so you don't really have to table it.
yeah. So,
Unless somebody wants to make a motion.
Table
I mean,
it
we can
indefinitely.
just get more information on, reach out to
Yeah,
Yale
yeah,
and
yeah,
everything,
yeah.
okay, and the record.
Yeah.
Maybe they can bring in one of their newspapers or
Yeah,
something.
sure, you can send me one or
Okay.
something.
Okay, moving on.
Do we need a motion to table that?
would technically be a motion to postpone?
Yeah, do we need that?
I motion to postpone the discussion.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Invoice from Tri-County Vac Services. What is that one?
I make a motion that we pay Tri-County Back Services for their work. On they did the scope and jet sanitary line clean on Cedar Street.
Pratt.
Pratt,
They started at Pratt, right. So it was right outside my house.
they did Cedar too.
Yeah. They started.
Oh, yeah, they did the jetted the line
Sunday.
on Pratt Road and then did Cedar Street.
So I make a motion to pay the bills.
What was that amount there, approximately?
That is $1,650.
That's part of it.
Anybody second that?
Support.
Can we discuss?
Sure.
I see there's two bills there. I
the
just
same
wanna make
thing.
sure I'm getting them right. There's one dated the 29th, one the 30th, one's for 1801, one's for 1850. Is that the same work?
Same way, different companies. So there was a backup
No,
and
Same project, different
But
work,
it's
No.
1850.
Yeah,
right?
that's
One was
this one.
scope
I
out.
don't really see
Yeah, there's two
itemization
different
on it.
companies.
Well, it says
Yeah,
root
no.
cutting Pratt West.
Different jobs.
yeah, Michigan Pipe is for 1801, that's a totally, that's the next invoice. This
Oh,
one
then I'm on
is
the wrong
just for
one.
1850 for Pratt Road and Cedar Street,
Yep.
just one bill.
Because I see Pratt mentioned on both
Both companies did work on Pratt Road.
The ones that came, the
That
ones
that
that
was my
came
confusion, I
around.
wanted to make sure that these were separate pieces of work performed.
One, yeah, when they were scoping the
Same
problem, and
problem.
the next one they were cutting the roots, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, the Tri-County Back Services is cut roots and jet line.
So one diagnosed it, one cut it.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
And it's the pipe inspection diagnosed it, Tri-County fixed it.
Understood.
It's the same problem. It was the same thing. It was a Sunday, like, morning.
That's why it's $1,800.
Yeah, like,
In the rain.
in the rain, in the pouring rain.
Okay, did we get a motion to pay?
Yeah, it's been motioned and had a
That one's
second.
already done, the
Yeah,
first one's done.
Okay,
Well, we didn't vote on
We
it.
didn't vote on it.
We didn't vote on it.
Motioned it, so.
Yeah.
okay, so we have a motion to pay the $18.50 to Tri-County Back Services. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Passed.
Okay. And now I make a motion to pay Michigan Pipe Inspection for their work of root cutting on Pratt West on the 8-inch sewer main in the amount of $1,801.00.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion to pay Michigan Pipe Inspection 1801. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass. Okay. All right, just a reminder that the Christmas tree lighting, December 5th at 7 PM. Cookie donations will be welcome that week, a couple days prior.
A day before.
Day before.
Or bring it at
Also,
night.
the Angels of Light is going again this year. We have angel ornaments for the tree, and so if anybody wants to donate a memoriam for anybody who's passed, those donations will go to Blue Water Hospice. And you can see, go to the city hall for that. And that is all I have. Robin?
The fire appreciation 100-year anniversary will be in 10 days. Or 18.
The 22nd.
The 22nd. But that's
22nd,
basically.
1 to 3.
Yeah,
Or 2 to 3 if you're going.
Yeah.
I'm good, thanks.
Nothing
Happy
for me.
Thanksgiving.
You, Madam Mayor.
Councilmember Weaver?
Mr. Hanley, greatest luck on your success there. I think that the story does need to be told. Maybe the paper should get that little story for a Memphis resident doing such a.
Everyone's meeting to talk to that.
Good meeting. I look forward to working with Councilman Dunbar, see if we can find some money for more infrastructure work. That's all I have.
Councilmember Harper?
I'm all set.
I have two. Shocking, right? So the first one, I did some work on the cell phone thing. It's a little more complicated than just going and getting cell phones since we're a government entity. And the companies have been a little less than receptive to helping me. So more to come on that, just kind of a FYI. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the code of conduct and bylaws. Are we, like, I thought we established a committee to kind of fine-tooth comb these.
We have.
Should we schedule some time
Absolutely.
to talk about these and think, I don't remember who's on it, I think I'm on it.
Yeah, it's me, you, and I believe Mr.
I
Sofa.
thought it was Candy.
I thought we were the
We're the ordinance.
the ordinance one.
Yeah, I think that, I would like to try to
She's on
find
the
some
ordinance,
time
we're on this.
Yeah,
to go through this and finalize it, right? Because it's only approved interimly.
It
Like
is
anything.
approved and we can take however long we want to find
Oh,
out
okay.
to, or
But
find.
then, I've got plenty to do.
That was why I had reached out to you.
That's all I got.
Yeah, no, it's, I would,
Councilmember Sofa?
nothing, motion to adjourn.
All right, adjourned.